Hey everyone, welcome to SKM Fishing. Today I'm going to show you how to create your own trolley system for your Jonny Bass for a fraction of the price of what Jonny Bass is charging. I built this actual system right here for around $40, give or take, depending on where you're located at. It could be cheaper, it could be just a couple dollars more expensive. Fairly simple, and I'll go into detail to explain to you how I did it and how much it might cost you. And you can have your own trolley system for a fraction of the price. Stay tuned. Let's go ahead and break down what we need to build this trolley set. You're going to need 2 pneumatic wheels, as you can see right here. You can pick those up from Harbor Freight. You're also going to need an all thread that's 36 inches long and it's 1/2 inch diameter, and that is 13 thread, and 29.5 inch PVC riser. You can pick those 2 and the hardware up from Lowe's. Lowe's, you will need 4 flat washers, 4 hex nuts, and 4 hex stop nuts or lock nuts. Okay, PVC riser will come in a 36 inch length. You only need 29.5 inches. That's where the pipe cutter comes into play. Now, just to let you know that the pipe cutter, you probably won't even need it. If you already have a line around house, that's perfect. If not, you can actually cut it at the store. So bring a measuring tape. As you can see, bring a measuring tape, measure at Lowe's, and you can cut it there. So it needs to be 29.5 inches long, and it has to be cut perfect. Okay. You also need a ratchet strap or a cam strap to help hold it onto the Jonny Bass. All right, that is all you need, guys. Nothing more. Total $40, give or take, depending on where you're at, taxes and whatnot. But that's it. Jonny Bass wants to sell it for $100. We can build it for around $40. Okay. So again, Harbor Freight for the wheels, and everything else at Lowe's or Home Depot, you can get it. It's fairly cheap, guys. Fairly cheap. So let's go ahead and get into it. First thing you need to do is grab the wheel, grab a flat washer, and also a nut, the regular nut, not a stop nut yet. And then that's what we're going to do first. We're going to grab the flat washer, the nut, the wheel, and the all thread. Now, what we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with the nut itself. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Flat side, facing out. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use this to stop for the axle. All right. Use that as a stop. Round side goes onto the nut side. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and take the wheel and put it through. Let's get backwards. So remember, the flat side is going to be facing out. The cylinder side or the bearing side is going to be facing in. Okay. So you're going to do that. You're going to make sure you measure it out right. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to measure it to where it sits somewhat flush. All right. So when we put the lock nut right here, we're going to use the lock nut. We're going to put the lock nut on. We're going to make sure this is threaded all the way to until it's bottomed out, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to tighten this washer right here all the way till it sits flush. All right. We're going to make sure it's all nice and tight. So the reason why we're doing this is once it's tight, the bearing on the actual wheel itself, you're using the bearing itself. So it's nice and tight, and as you can see, it spins. So we're going to make sure it's nice and tight. Remember, this is bottomed out already. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ratchet and tighten it out really good. Okay, so that's good to go. Now what we're going to do is take the PVC riser right here. Again, we purchased this from Lowe's. We cut it to 29.5 inches long. All right, so we're going to take it. We're going to put it through like so, and that's it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take the nut, another nut, right, regular hex nut right here, and you're just going to put it through, spin it all the way down. Remember, the round side inwards, flat side out. Okay, you do that. There you go. Take the washer, flat washer, round side inward, flat out. All right, and we're going to take the wheel right here, cylinder or bearing, will go inwards, right? Flat side out. Remember the flat side out. And then you'll just have this right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to take another washer, put it right there, flat side touching the wheel, flat side touching the wheel, round side out. And then you can do this, and then you just put the nut on. There you go. I think I forgot to put the washer on this side. Let me see. I did. So I'm going to correct that real quick for you guys. And there you go. I was wondering why I had an extra washer, but I'm trying to do this for you guys. So I was trying to rush it a little bit. There you have it. So I'm going to tighten these out a little bit just to make sure we got everything in there nice and tight. Tight. Make sure it's nice and tight for you guys. And there you go. That is your axle, guys. That's it. Now that we have that symbol, as you can see, the axle right here, it's nice and ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the Jonny Bass, or the Jonny Bass on top of it, to show you guys. Let's go ahead and put the boat on the trolley system so you guys can see how it works. The Jonny Boat has slots where the trolley system fits right in the axle. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the axle, it's gonna fit into the groove just like that. And then we're gonna put the cam straps on each end and tighten it out. And I'll go ahead and do that and show you guys. Make sure it fits onto the groove. There it goes, even on both sides. We got it in. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the cam strap and we just hook it onto each side of the axle. One on this side. And again, I got red, so it matches the Jonny Boat. Looks like OEM, I guess you could say. And put that under there. And then put the cam strap right here. Let's make sure it's on there. Pull it nice and tight. Make sure there's no twist. And then I'll get that in there. And there you have it. And then you just tie the loose ends however you want to tie it. I'll just do it like this, just real quick so you guys can see. And then once it's tight, it sticks onto the actual Jonny Boat, as you can see. And then I'll move it around so you guys can see as well. There you go, guys. Works just like that. Very versatile. You can move it around. No issues. So you can offload it off of your vehicle and then just put it right onto the water. That's it, guys. $40 less. And you have a good little system where you can move your Jonny Boat wherever you want to go. So again, I'm glad you guys joined in with me. Hopefully this saved you a couple bucks. And stay tuned for my next video. Thanks, guys.